The classic toga was originated as a garment that only ancient Roman citizens could wear. Its purpose was to indicate peaceful endeavors, as opposed to another cloak called the sagum cloak worn in times of war. There were 5 main types of togas. The toga virilis, plain, unadorned, off-white, worn by any adult man. The toga praetexta, off-white, broad purple border, which was reserved for senators and consuls. The toga pulla, dark, which was worn in times of mourning. The toga candida, an official white toga reserved for candidates running for political office. And lastly, the toga picta, a special all-purple toga worn by Roman generals during parades.
Hi, I am wearing a stola picta, which was worn by the wives of Roman generals, but we will also show you how to make a regular stola today in this video.
Today we are going to show you how to make a stola for Saturnalia purposes, but first you will need a few things. You're going to need 1 large white sheet, preferably plain white, because otherwise patterns look kind of awkward. Some small safety pins to pin your toga and keep it on you, and 1 belt to also help keep it on you and for style. So the first thing you're going to have to do is take a sheet and make sure it's folded in half, because otherwise it's going to completely fall off of you. So once you fold it in half, it's going to look a little bit like this. And then, as Grace just did expertly, you take 2 corners, the long end corners, not the short end corners, and then you take 1 corner and put it over your shoulder and the other corner behind you, and then somebody else who is very nice is going to help you tie it at one shoulder a couple times just to make sure it stays on. And next you can take a couple pins just to make sure that it stays on nicely on the other side. It's a little bit droopy, and you can do this however you want. It's more authentic to put it up over the shoulder because that's what most Roman women did at the time. So as you can see, she's just taking it and like making a little like cap sleeve kind of thing. It's much easier than it appears on camera. So once you put a couple of those in, then the next step we will take will be to belt it, but that'll be in a second. And the belt is usually made of like either like leather cord or string. This one we have is just a skinny one, probably just from like a store, but it looks very Roman, so if you like feel the need to get one that's more like stylish, you can always pick one up for a couple dollars at like Target or something. So yeah, you just wrap it around and belt it to whatever you think is tight enough to keep it on. So obviously that's a really fancy belt, but you can literally do this with string too. And yeah, voila! Grace has a wonderful stola. And that's just like the plain white one, but as you can see, Jessica has a fancy purple one that you could do just as easily. So if you have colored sheets and that goes with your character, you could do that as well. Yeah, ta-da!